Well, hello there, and welcome to Slightly Salty MTG. My name is Gordon, and after some encouragement from my friends and family, I'm excited to bring you my very first deck tech video. I will be showcasing decks that I have built or worked on for friends, and today we're diving in with my personal favorite, Lazav Dimir Mastermind. So if you like graveyard shenanigans, powerful synergies, and lots of interaction, this deck might be for you. Before we get into it, I'd like to mention that our playgroup is typically high power and budgetless. But if you would like to see lower power or budget versions, feel free to make a request in the comments section. Some of the resources I typically use for deck building will be listed in the description below. A lot of time and effort goes into deck building, and your support is greatly appreciated. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. Now, let's get started. Our commander is Lazav Dimir Mastermind. For 2 blue and 2 black, he is a 3/3 legendary shapeshifter with hexproof, and whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you may have Lazav become a copy of that card, except its name is Lazav. It's legendary in addition to its other types, and it has hexproof in this ability. The function of the deck is to land Lazav, then mill or wheel, and start accruing value by using him to copy the fattest baddies onto a hexproof body. Secondarily, we want to deny our opponent's resources through mill and wheel. First up, let's talk about ramp. We have a suite of mana accelerants to ensure we can cast our spells quickly and efficiently. Our ramp package includes Arcane Signet, Chrome Mox, Dark Ritual, Dimir Signet, Felwar Stone, Gilded Lotus, Mana Vault, Mox Diamond, Soul Ring, and Talisman of Dominance. Next, we need to keep our hand full of options. These cards ensure we always have the resources we need to stay ahead. Our draw package includes Chamil the Inner Sun, which acts as a free spell or card in hand with the added benefit of putting some relief on our interaction by making our spells uncounterable. Consecrated Sphinx is a really strong draw engine and a great reanimation target. Mystic Remora, Rhystic Study, and the One Ring are just excellent staples that I always try and include. Dark Deal and Windfall are wheels with the main purpose of transforming Lazav or card denial through their interaction with Narset, Parter of Veils, and Chains of Mephistopheles. Whispering Madness is our preferred wheel, as it can be cast each turn and ciphered to Lazav, ensuring we can recast it. Tutors are essential for finding the right cards at the right time, helping us fetch key pieces of our strategy. Our deck includes Bribery, which can be clutch if you can resolve it early, using it to grab early Eldrazi or Dragons or Stax from an opponent's library, which can be devastating. Entomb is great when you're holding Reanimation or need to refuel by dumping an Eldrazi into the graveyard. Our staples here are Demonic Tutor, Imperial Seal, Mystical Tutor, and Vampiric Tutor. I will typically mulligan until I find ramp or the ability to tutor for it. If I get a hand with a board wipe, though, that's also usually a keep. To protect our game plan and help us control the board and stop our opponent's threats, we have a suite of counterspells and removal. In An Offer You Can't Refuse, Fierce Guardianship, Force of Negation, Force of Will, Mana Drain, Swan Song, Deadly Rollick, Pongify, and Rapid Hybridization. Sometimes we also need to clear the board in order to remove threats or to maintain control of the battlefield. Our board wipes include Cyclonic Rift, Damnations, the Meat Hook Massacre, and Toxic Deluge. Normally we want to play Meat Hook first to get the extra value from a Damnation or a Deluge. Mill is how we quickly deplete our opponent's libraries and disrupt their plans. We focus mill that can touch each of our opponents in order to maximize efficiency. To this end, we include Chains of Mephistopheles, which is excellent at denying cards to the enemy because of its interaction with extra draws and wheels. Maddening Cacophony, which we typically wait to cast with Kicker. Fractured Sanity, to mill off of our wheels. Mesmeric Orb, Mindcrank, and Psychic Corrosion are excellent and constant sources of mill. Ruin Crab for some fetch mill action. And Sir Conrad the Grim and Zelic Sanity Flare can mill and create good value for milling creatures by either creating creatures or inflicting damage. Our deck also features a powerful combo in Narset, Parter of Veils, and Teferi's Puzzle Box, which completely locks our opponents out of drawing cards. To further control the game, we have some Stax elements to help us pressure and lock down our opponents. These include Opposition Agent, Orcus Bowmasters, and Shielder the Apocalypse to punish our opponent's draws and gain life. Our Reanimator spells can bring back powerful creatures from any graveyard. These spells include Animate Dead, Dance of the Dead, Reanimate, Rise of the Dark Realms, which quickly ends up becoming a win condition, and Tergrid, God of Fright, if protected, is amazing with Whispering Madness. But don't be afraid to wheel her away and just reanimate her later. Whip of Erebos is mainly there for the life gain. Our utility package includes Exquisite Blood and Shadow Spear for life gain, Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots to protect primarily Sphinx Shielded and Tergrid, and also to enable attacks with our Eldrazi should we cast one. Mithril Coat almost always goes on Lazav, allowing us to board white with impunity. Right of Replication is mainly to copy something of value of our opponents, but can be used on something silly like Bowmasters. Sakashima of 1,000 Faces is typically an early second commander. Just make sure you've already copied something good with Lazav, because Sakashima's ability will copy all of Lazav's text. So if you try and resolve Sakashima's copy trigger when something enticing goes into the opponent's grave, he'll become a copy of it just like Lazav would, but without the line of text about the legend rule. So you would have to put one of your Lazavs into the graveyard. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, draws 4, and Ulamog the Infinite Gyre can destroy a permanent, but are mainly just there to refuel our library. In the right circumstances, though, they are also powerful win conditions. And finally, let's cover lands. These include Ancient Tomb, Bloodstained Mire, Clearwater Pathway, Command Tower, Flooded Strand, 8 Islands, Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest, Morphic Pool, Polluted Delta, Prismatic Vista, Scalding Tarn, 5 Swamps, Underground River, Underground Sea, Verdant Catacombs, and Watery Grave. Cabal Coffers and Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth are there for big mana. Urza's Saga to find Soul Ring or Shadow Sphere. Our mana base is carefully designed to provide the consistency we need to execute our game plan and cast our pip-heavy commander. Grabbing basics with your fetches also helps grinding out games against Blood Moon or back-to-basics type effects. And that's our Lazav commander deck, with a combination of ramp, draw, tutors, counterspells, removal, combos, mill, stacks, and reanimator strategies. The deck is versatile, powerful, and sits at a power level of 7, based on calculations at commandersalt.com. If you enjoyed this deck tech, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Commander content. And thanks for watching, and be sure to throw lots of salt on the table at your next gathering.